Still in need of supplies? Because I thought, sharing is caring. What? Man, you just don't give up, do you? Sounds like the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, I gotta say, I might be able to swallow my pride just this once. It's gotten really tight. You're not a minute too early. Look, can't we put all the bad stuff behind us and be a team again? How about you just come back to the base? Listen, this is not exactly a dream vacation. It's about survival. And if I had some kind of guarantee that you could protect us from the corporation, I'd be more than happy to come back, instead of struggling with this damn rock. Actually, I talked to Lena, and I might have an idea how to keep the corporation away from you. Really? What is it? Well, if we hijacked the ship somehow and redirected it to a safe location far away from Allied Corp's radars, Lena said she could disable your implants so that you'd no longer be trackable. You'd be back on Earth, and you could be free. Free, huh? Right. There is one thing we'd have to take care of first, though. What's that? Well, while you were away, we discovered that there's a barrier in the sky blocking the way for the rescue ship. I'd be lying if I said I couldn't use your help with it. It's a kind of, all hands on deck situation. So that's what the Karen shit was all about, huh? Don't judge everyone by your own standards. All right, Mr. Righteous. Don't get so uptight about it. Fine. I'll do it. I'll help you. Yeah? Seriously? Yeah. What are we waiting for?
How does it feel to be back? First observations? The scientists swiped my reading lamp, and there's a hell of a mess in the toolbox. But on the upside, the base hasn't fallen apart. So, not so bad. Yeah, you're delighted to be back.
Jan, what's the matter? Did something happen?
Not yet, but it could happen. That's why I'm calling.
What are you talking about?
It's kind of a long story, but I have intel from one of my alters about dangerous working conditions on an offshore oil rig. An accident happened there in his, awareness, and it took many lives.
So, it's about your alternate life paths. Okay. Please, Jan. Don't you hear how disturbing that sounds? You know you should worry about your real life. The rest is, well, you can't let it distract you.
Just let me explain, okay? I know it seems absurd, but there are people, real existing people who my alters knew. You're one of them too. Just in a different way. So what that means is that their reality is not completely fake, because it's heavily based on ours.
Isn't that even more reason to keep the two separated? Look, Jan, this is getting more and more confusing to me, and I can't even imagine how it's messing you up. So let me be the voice of reason here. You can't interfere with things that don't concern you, just because you opened up Pandora's box with some alternate realities.
Okay, I get it. Forget I asked.
Please, just focus on getting out of there, okay?
Sure. Bye.
Looks like we're running out of storage space.
Jan, what's the matter? Did something happen?
Not yet, but it could happen. That's why I'm calling.
What are you talking about?
Saving lives on an offshore oil rig.
What do you mean?
It's a long story, but I know for sure that it's not being run properly. And one fatal accident already happened there in my alternate life.
So, it's about your alternate life paths. Okay. Please, Jan. Don't you hear how disturbing that sounds? You know you should worry about your real life. The rest is, well, you can't let it distract you.
Please, just trust me, okay? I know it seems absurd, but there are people, real existing people, who my alters knew. You're one of them too. Just in a different way. So what that means is that their reality is not completely fake, because it's heavily based on ours.
Isn't that even more reason to keep the two separated? Look, Jan, this is getting more and more confusing to me, and I can't even imagine how it's messing you up. So let me be the voice of reason here. You can't interfere with things that don't concern you, just because you opened up Pandora's box with some alternate realities.
Okay. Okay, I get it. Forget I asked.
Please, just focus on getting out of there, okay?
Sure. Bye.
Still in need of supplies? Because I thought, you know, sharing is caring. What? Man, you just don't give up, do you? Sounds like the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, I gotta say, I might be able to swallow my pride just this once. It's gotten really tight. You're not a minute too early. Look, can't we put all the bad stuff behind us and be a team again? How about you just come back to the base? Listen, this is not exactly a dream vacation. It's about survival. And if I had some kind of guarantee that you could protect us from the corporation, I'd be more than happy to come back, instead of struggling with this damn rock. Actually, I talked to Lena, and I might have an idea how to keep the corporation away from you. Really? What is it? Well, if we hijacked the ship somehow and redirected it to a safe location far away from Allied Corp's radars, Lena said she could disable your implants so that you'd no longer be trackable. You'd be back on Earth and you could be free. Free, huh? Right. There is one thing we'd have to take care of first, though. What's that? Well, while you were away, we discovered that there's a barrier in the sky blocking the way for the rescue ship. I'd be lying if I said I couldn't use your help with it? It's a kind of, all hands on deck situation. So that's what the Karen shit was all about, huh? Don't judge everyone by your own standards. All right, Mr. Righteous, don't get so uptight about it. Fine. I'll do it. I'll help you. Yeah? Seriously? Yeah. What are we waiting for?
How does it feel to be back? First observations? The scientists swiped my reading lamp, and there's a hell of a mess in the toolbox. But on the upside, the base hasn't fallen apart. So, not so bad. Yeah, you're delighted to be back. It's good to have you back. I miss your ugly face,
take care of this.
So, I brought the technician back? Yes, I saw. It's a relief. I mean, at least we'll be able to keep an eye on him properly now. And we have an extra pair of hands on deck. Exactly. 2 birds with 1 stone. Good job. About your request to control the safety on that oil rig. Yeah. Did you talk to your wife? I did, but she refused to help. I'm sorry. Well, it was a long shot, wasn't it? Yeah, right. I did my best. I know, buddy. Thanks for putting yourself out for me.
You sold...
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Huh. My old watch. The award we got for civil bravery. It was nice that someone appreciated our sacrifice.
Civil bravery? Wait. That boy at the contest. Yeah. That's when I realized how good it feels to help somebody. Thank you.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? Hey man, want me to lend a hand with this? Should I work somewhere else for now? Hey dude, our repair kit supply looks very low. We're running out of repair kits.
module needs repairing. Should I work somewhere else for now? Jan,
Keep imagining
we're
myself
dangerously
in a
low
rock-
on repair kits. You need me to take care of this? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there?
Another rubidium arc. Good job.
Any progress with your investigation?
Well, the food's disappearing in smaller amounts now. That means the cunning little bastard must be aware of why I'm really spending my time behind this console. Just this morning, I caught the technician snooping around in here before he got to his work.
The technician, seriously? But he's the first one I created. He's been here the longest.
Well, maybe that makes him feel like he deserves most. He's got it in him, if you ask me. Lone wolf, rule breaker. Not far from my life path, they tell me.
Huh. I don't know. He's not been himself since that sheep passed away. It does look like he's going through some kind of existential crisis.
He wouldn't be the first to fall victim to stress eating.
I'd better take this to him directly. You know we have a food thief in the base?
A food thief? So that's why there's suddenly more work in the kitchen? Someone's helping themselves to more than they should?
Yeah. Thing is, some of us have this idea that, well, it might be you. I don't believe that, but I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, so you don't believe it, but you're telling me someone else thinks so? Hiding behind others. How chicken shit is that?
Or maybe it's the other way round. At least I had the guts to confront you about it.
I'll give you that. Want to know if I'm the food thief? I'm not. Look somewhere else.
We're not getting any closer to finding the food thief. Your lead turned out to be false. I verified it.
Yeah, it did. I know that now.
You mean you caught him?
I pretty well did.
On camera?
Yeah, I have the footage. But it happened during the night. It was dark and, we all look pretty similar in our pajamas.
And how exactly does that bring us any closer to catching him?
Look, I'm doing my best here, but I'm not a real security guy, in case you forgot. I'm a con man. The very idea of surveillance always made me sick, and now I have to learn to work with that shit. So cut me some slack, will ya? I'm only trying to help. And it's not like I've got nothing for you.
What do you have?
A first-rate sense of smell.
What?
Yep. I developed it when I had to tell good powder from bad in my bouncer days. And it told me who visited the kitchen last night. Someone who reeked of fertilizer.
The botanist. Are you sure?
Yeah. The cuddly hubby Jan. Used to having his eggs and bacon for breakfast. Oh, he must be missing that round belly of his in here. You want me to accuse a man of theft based on your opinion that he left his smell in the kitchen?
Are you for real?
It's a good lead. Believe me, my nose has never let me down. I think you should pin him to the wall, Jan. Make him squeak.
So, remember making any night trips to the kitchen lately?
I usually sleep at night. We don't get much rest otherwise. Why do you ask? Because someone keeps stealing food, and you've been caught on camera while going through the kitchen at night. Really? Did I turn on the light? Tell me, because I must have been sleepwalking. I don't remember doing such a thing in my life. Do you really think I'd be capable of stealing something, let alone food, from the communal supplies? How would you feel if I accused you of something like that? I'm not you. You have to admit that you value your creature comforts. Man, you really believe I could steal something? I guess that says more about you than me. So, got any more suspects? Because your last idea was a flop. You know what just occurred to me? How stupid we were. We? Yeah. You know the key component to the perfect crime? Motive? A smoke screen. Who's the only one in this base you'd never ever suspect, Jan? I don't know. I never really ruled anybody out. Isn't it bad to make any presumptions? Well, there's one of us who's always so consumed by his important research that nobody would ever think he'd stoop to such petty things as food, right? The scientist. Exactly. He thinks he's better than the rest of us, and it's not rocket science for him to outsmart such a puny little surveillance system. I bet he's constructed a remote control to rotate these cameras with his eyeballs or something. You know what? Why don't you just admit that you don't have a clue who's doing it? Really? That your gratitude for all I'm doing? You think it's fun for me, spending all my days staring at these goddamn screens? I don't have to do it. I'm running out of eye drops anyway. And you know what? I don't have to eat too. Let the thief have my rations. I'm just a useless worm in your intricate system of super-powered, pimped-up yawns. Send me to the fucking mine to die. Okay, take it easy. We're not giving up on finding him. I'll check up on the scientist, see what he's got to say about all this. I'd like to have a word with you about disappearing food.
Oh yes, everyone is talking about it. I know you dropped your academic career, but even you should know that things don't just disappear.
Yeah, I know that. Someone must be stealing it. You wouldn't know who by any chance?
Of course I do. Did you analyze the data?
What data?
The Tree of Life? What else? Anyone in there have a criminal record? It's a rhetorical question, by the way.
You mean the guard? Is he hunting himself? Where's the sense in that?
He's a professional con man, and he's obviously conning you.
Into what? If he wanted extra food, why shine a spotlight on the whole thing? Conduct a fake investigation. What for?
Maybe it's not the food he's after. Think what he could have gained from this situation.
Distrust in the group? I have started being suspicious of you because of this whole affair.
Sabotaging the mission? Why would that be something he'd want if he's dependent on us?
What does he want anyway?
Don't people like him always want the same thing? Personal profit?
You mean money?
Not exactly. We have a different currency in here, don't we? And that's time. Thanks to that workplace you got him, he's got plenty of free time. Open your eyes. He's a guard only by name. He hasn't been surveilling anything, just moping about, while the rest of us have been doing all the work. He's lazy. Plain lazy. A lazy Jan Dolsky. Can you imagine that? I'd prefer him to be a common thief. Okay, that's it. Let's end this little game. I know you're the one stealing the food.
Jan? Me? But... Oh, you don't really. Sorry, I can't. I can't do this anymore. What took you so long?
You think it's funny? Come on, it's a good joke, don't you think?
We'll see who's gonna be laughing when I make you work your ass off. So, you want revenge? That's boring.
I was hoping you'd catch on a little more.
Catch on? What are you talking about? You know, understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. I was testing you to see if you're like me at all. Or am I really the odd man out? We don't play tricks on each other here. So if that's your idea of having fun, then I guess you do stand out from this crowd. Shame. You took advantage of us. I was proactive, so that you didn't take advantage of me. See, I don't know about you, but life hasn't been too generous to me. And sitting quietly in the corner watching the best things being grabbed by others just stopped appealing to me at some point. I decided to start being on top in any situation. Because if you ain't on top, pal, you're at the bottom. Simple as that. Now tell me that's a bad philosophy. It's a straight path to loneliness. Were you able to have friends living like that? Sure. I had a good friend once. We did some great stuff together. And what happened to him? He fucked me over. And you know what? I love him all the more for that. Smart son of a bitch. At least he made me feel alive. Life is like a jungle, you know? It's got many rules, but only one that matters. Survival of the fittest. And which animal is the strongest in the jungle? The monkey? Maybe, but it doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's not about how strong you really are, but how strong others think you are. And we're back to cheating. You call it cheating. I call it shrewdness. Do I really have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? No. No one's ever tried to pick a fight with me because I made them believe it. Yeah, I'm fucking shrewd. And so are you. Like it or not, it's in our genes. Maybe you should try it too.
Should I resolve this?
You want me to take care of this?
Want me to check it out? Hey, want me to tackle this?
What the hell is this thing?
A custom-built rubidium-infused electromagnetic field generator. Normally, electromagnetic waves operate on a limited frequency spectrum. But with the extreme nature of rubidium particles, the possibilities become infinite. The frequency spectrum can be stretched so that our waves will be able to penetrate all potential landscapes and disturb their magnetic fields. In effect, pulling the proximity plane towards us, just like a magnet.
Really? It's that simple?
I prefer the word elegant, provided it works as expected. It would be much more reasonable to test this theory in a safer environment before putting it to such extreme use.
Well, we don't seem to have the luxury of testing anything in a safe environment. So I guess we'll just have to close our eyes and push the button.
Maybe your ignorance is a blessing in this case, because we don't have a choice. We are treading on thin ice here. Once activated, the module will start emitting an extremely powerful electromagnetic field affecting not only the outside world, but also inside the base. The effects are hard to predict, but it could be everything from instruments malfunctioning to the entire base being annihilated within minutes.
Sounds encouraging.
Once we turn this thing on and the internal structure materializes, you will need to act quickly. Climb it as fast as you can, penetrate the prism entanglement, place the fragmenting device there, and press start. While you're up there, the rest of us will be fighting to keep the base in one piece. And if there's anything I can tell you for sure, it's that we will not be able to hold the fort for long.
So, I only get one shot.
Exactly. That's why it's vital that we have all hands on deck.
I think we have everyone we need.
And we'll have to be flawlessly prepared. Battery packs, robust radiation protection, abundant repair kits on stock. There'll be no time to resupply, no way for you to come back to the base mid-mission. And no time for the rest of us to take care of anything other than protecting the base from falling apart.
And here I was, thinking you'd give me a pep talk.
Well, you're getting cold facts instead. Here's one crucial point. It will be wisest to start in the morning. You don't know how long it will take you to get up there, and the last thing you'd want to encounter is night radiation on top of that structure.
What if you can't hold it up for as long as I need, and the whole thing dematerializes while I'm up there?
Like I said, you'll need to be fast, and we'll need to be strong.
Right.
When you're ready to start, go to the foot of the structure and call me on the radio. On your signal, I'll activate this beast, and we'll see what kind of hell we've unleashed. going to be okay, Jan.